Yomega Yo-Yo instructional video featuring World Yo-Yo Champion Bill DeBoisblanc, Hawaii State and National Freestyle Yo-Yo Champion Alex Garcia, and the Pro Spinners of Honolulu, Hawaii. Here's Alex with his regeneration routine. And here's Bill with his two-handed routine. Adjusting the string. There are a couple of important basics you need to take care of before you start playing. The first thing you need to do is adjust your yo-yo to fit you. You will probably find that the yo-yo string is a little longer than it needs to be. Allow the yo-yo to touch the floor right in front of you and pinch the string about 3 inches above your belly button. Then tie a small loop at that point and cut off any extra string. Pinch any part of the string and push it through the fixed loop. You now have an adjustable loop. Put the loop right between your first and second knuckle on your middle finger of your right or left hand. How to tighten the yo-yo. The Yomega yo-yo is very special because it has the ability to come apart. If a tangle appears on the string, the yo-yo must be taken apart. Twist the two halves of the yo-yo counterclockwise until the two halves come apart. Untangle the string and put the yo-yo back together. When putting the yo-yo back together, do not over-tighten. Caution must be exercised so that the axle doesn't get stripped. To properly tighten the Yomega yo-yo, hold one half of the yo-yo with one hand and put it against the palm of your other hand and tighten until the yo-yo slips in your open palm. How to replace the string properly on a brain. With a Yomega brain yo-yo, using the triple loop method is necessary. This is accomplished by untwisting the yo-yo string until it is opened up very wide. Next, slip the yo-yo on the string and wind the string around the axle once, twice, and a third time. This will allow the yo-yo to come up when the clutch grabs the axle. Putting the yo-yo string on the same way you would an old-fashioned yo-yo will not allow the brain yo-yo to return automatically. How to replace string properly on a non-brain. With a non-brain yo-yo like a Raider, use the single loop method. This procedure is similar to stringing the brain yo-yo, except that you will loop the string onto the axle only once. How to oil your Yomega. The Yomega yo-yo is oiled at the factory with a light oil. The best oil to use on your Yomega yo-yo is called brain lube. Please heed these cautions when oiling your yo-yo. 1. Do not use spray oils. Spray oils will permanently damage the yo-yo. 2. When oiling your yo-yo, use only half a drop to oil the metal part of the axle. Once you oil your Yomega, reassemble it by putting the plastic bearing back on the axle and retighten the yo-yo following the steps covered in the tightening your yo-yo section. It is best to follow these oiling procedures every 2 days of play. You will know that you need oil if when you jerk the string, the yo-yo does not return, or if there is a high-pitched squealing sound when you play with the Yomega yo-yo. To wind the brain yo-yo, grab one half of the yo-yo with your fingers, leaving the channel between both halves unobstructed. Grab the string and wind it up. It is very easy to wind the string on a Yomega brain yo-yo. To wind a non-brain yo-yo, grab one half of the yo-yo with your fingers, placing your index finger over the groove of the yo-yo and wind once over your index finger, then to the side of your finger directly around the axle 2 times. Let go of your finger and wind it up. Throw down your yo-yo once to clear your string. Now your yo-yo is ready for play. Basic maneuvers. Gravity pull. In preparing to do gravity pull, make sure that the string is coming off the top of the yo-yo when your hand is curled around it. The string will be towards the top of the yo-yo as it comes off the yo-yo onto your finger. As the yo-yo travels down, raise your yo-yo hand. As the yo-yo travels up, lower your yo-yo hand. Catch your yo-yo as it comes back up. This is called gravity pull. Sleeper. Remember to throw over the fingertips. When you throw really hard with the Yomega yo-yo with the brain, the yo-yo will sleep at the bottom for a few seconds. It is better to throw your yo-yo at a 45-degree angle to attain a long, hard sleeper. Form a target in front of you, about one large footstep about 5 feet in front of you. Aim at the target as you throw your yo-yo. As you do so, the yo-yo will go into a very strong sleeper. The sleeper will then swing backwards a bit and it is acceptable. Just bring your hand forward and make your yo-yo rest straight down. The harder you throw your yo-yo, the longer the sleep time. Turn your hand over and wait for the clutch to engage and catch the yo-yo in your hand when it comes back up. If the yo-yo is tilted to the right, aim a bit left of your target. If your yo-yo is tilted to the left, aim a bit right of your target. A fast-spinning straight up and down sleeper is essential to learning the rest of the yo-yo tricks featured in this video. Keep practicing this maneuver until you get more consistent at throwing a straight and fast-spinning sleeper. Walking the dog. Throw down a strong sleeper and gently touch the ground with the yo-yo so that it rubs against the ground and moves forward. Advanced players can do this more effectively by throwing the yo-yo down hard. Allow the yo-yo to swing back on its forward swing. Put the yo-yo on the ground. This momentum will allow the yo-yo to walk the dog further. Creeper. Throw a hard sleeper and let it swing behind you. As it swings forward about 45 degrees in front of you, let it touch the ground and slowly reach toward the ground with your yo-yo hand. As the yo-yo clutch engages, the yo-yo will come back to your hand along the ground. Rock the baby. You will want to practice the cradle with the yo-yo at a stop position. The cradle is formed by moving your hand in a circular motion with your hand cradled against your body. Place your hand against the string, bring your yo-yo hand underneath, and grab onto the string, and rock the baby through the cradle. Now doing this with the yo-yo spinning, the yo-yo is thrown down hard. The yo-yo is checked to make sure that the yo-yo is spinning straight. If it is spinning at an angle, the yo-yo is picked up and thrown again. Do not start the trick unless the yo-yo is spinning straight. When performing this trick, notice carefully that the yo-yo is directly in front of you, straight in alignment with the center of your body line. Around the corner, popping the clutch. This maneuver is started by throwing down a hard sleeper and checking to make sure that it is straight. Put the string around the upper part of your yo-yo arm and wait for the clutch to engage. When it engages, the yo-yo will go over the top of your arm. Be ready to catch the yo-yo on its return. Another way to do this trick is if you do not have a yo-yo with a clutch, is to throw the yo-yo down and put it around your arm and give the string a sharp tug. This will cause the yo-yo to fly up and over your arm and back down towards the ground. Again, be ready to catch the yo-yo on its return. Forward pass. Hold the yo-yo in your palm with the string wrapped over the top of the yo-yo. Let your arm hang straight down, facing your palm back and up. Now reach your arm back about a foot and bring your arm forward at the same time, releasing the yo-yo. Be ready to catch the yo-yo upon its return. Catching the yo-yo with your palm up will allow you to do this maneuver over and over again without having to turn your yo-yo around after each pass. This maneuver is just like the gravity pull, but in the horizontal position. Around the world. Be very careful not to do this maneuver near any windows, glass objects, or people. Make sure you check behind you before you perform this trick. Make sure you're in an area with at least 6 feet or 2 meters of room around you. Now throw the yo-yo straight out like a forward pass. Let the yo-yo sleep at the end of the string and let it travel around in a circle. As it comes back around, give the yo-yo a light tug and catch the yo-yo on its return. If your yo-yo is coming back prematurely, throw the yo-yo a little harder. You don't need to power the yo-yo out too hard, otherwise you may cut the string and could possibly hurt someone or something in front of you. Again, make sure that you don't have any mirrors or glass in front of you when you perform this trick. Loop the loop. This maneuver starts with a forward pass, but instead of catching the yo-yo as it comes back to you, when the yo-yo is about 8 inches from your hand, you want to bend your fingers in and loop them back out past your body and the ground. You will do this looping maneuver each time the yo-yo comes back. Try to see how many loops you can do without stopping. The trick to this maneuver is not to move your elbows. Very little movement of your elbows is needed for the yo-yo to come back. A hard flick of your hand outward is more important. If your yo-yo sleeps too long at the end, you may need to oil your bearing. This will allow your yo-yo to come back a little faster. UFO Sleeping Beauty. The Sleeping Beauty is done by throwing the yo-yo diagonally across your body at a 45-degree angle. In throwing the yo-yo at a 45-degree angle, the yo-yo sleeps sideways and starts to rotate like a flying saucer. That's why some people call this maneuver UFO. What you want to do next is to take your free hand and hook the string. By pulling back with your yo-yo hand, the yo-yo will come up to your hand, still spinning on its side. To practice this trick, stop your yo-yo at the bottom of the string and practice as if you were going to throw your yo-yo at a 45-degree angle. Now pick up your string and hold your hand horizontally. Your right and left hand should be at an even height. Throw your yo-yo up into the air and lift both hands at the same time, and follow your yo-yo hand as it comes back down. You will need to learn to throw the Sleeping Beauty in both directions, left and right. In fact, when you are practicing this maneuver, the yo-yo string will get wound up. Every time you throw a Sleeping Beauty to the right, it will wind tighter, and every time you throw a Sleeping Beauty to the left, it will unwind. Breakaway. A helpful hint to practicing this maneuver is to use a straight line across the ground with your toes 6 inches behind the line. Start by making a muscle, but instead of throwing the yo-yo in front of you, throw it to the side, and as it comes across the ground in front of you, try to make it track along the straight line. Again, a light tug on the line will return the yo-yo to your hand. If you can learn to control the straight line position, you'll be able to do this maneuver very well. Intermediate maneuvers. Rattlesnake. Start by throwing a Sleeping Beauty and let the string, about 10 inches above the yo-yo, brush up against a loose part of your pants. The fluttering string will create a vibrating sound. To complete this maneuver, jerk the yo-yo up to chest level and hold your hand 12 inches to the side of the yo-yo. The yo-yo should return to your hand. Practice this maneuver with your yo-yo dead at the bottom of the string. Place your hands with your fingers pointing toward each other. Put 3 fingers together with your baby finger apart and pointing down. With your free hand, grab the string with 3 fingers, and with the baby finger on your other hand, grab the string. Now throw your yo-yo down and check your sleeper. Is it straight? If not, pull your yo-yo up and try again. Now count to yourself. 3, 3, 3, 1. Dizzy Baby. Throw a strong sleeper and form a rock the baby. Pick up your rock the baby and check the string position. Your rock the baby must be done with the string open or uncrossed towards your free hand. Now swing the baby back and forth, aiming for the center of the cradle. Now flip your yo-yo over the top of the cradle 1 to 3 times and then throw the yo-yo away from you and catch it on its return. Dog around the block. Baseball. Throw a very hard Sleeping Beauty 45 degrees across your body to the right. Now keep tension on the line. Let the yo-yo walk the dog in a semicircle from right to left. You can count to yourself. First base, second base, third base, and home run. To do the home run ending, as a yo-yo returns to you on the ground, instead of catching it, flick it back out and do a loop-to-loop, finishing the maneuver with a clean catch. Eddie Spaghetti Soba. Start with a strong sleeper. Check your sleeper to see that it is straight. Now pick up the string with your free hand approximately 3 inches from your yo-yo hand. Keep gathering the string into your yo-yo hand neatly. When you get 8 inches from your hand, place your hand dangling the yo-yo up to your mouth and drop the yo-yo. The yo-yo will drop down and jerk at the bottom of the string, causing the yo-yo string to wind up and return to your hand, making slurping or smacking sounds as the yo-yo returns to your hands adds great effect to this maneuver. A very important safety tip is to use your free hand, palm side down, to protect your mouth and face during the catch. Elevator. Start by throwing a strong sleeper. Check your sleeper because it must be perfectly straight. Place your free hand straight out. Slowly place the string on your free hand's index finger. Raise your index finger while lowering your yo-yo hand and thread the yo-yo through the string. Now raise your free hand while lowering your yo-yo hand until the yo-yo gets within 6 inches from your free hand. Once you get to this point, quickly flip your yo-yo over the top. Catch your yo-yo as it drops down vertically into your hand. Over the fence. Hop the fence. This trick is basically a back and forth loop-the-loop towards the ground. Throw a soft sleeper or gravity pull as the yo-yo comes back up and flip your wrist forward. On the next pass, flip your wrist backwards. Do this back and forth motion over and over as many times as you wish. The easiest way to learn this trick is with a dead yo-yo. Stop your yo-yo at the bottom of the string. At about 8 inches below your yo-yo hand, place the thumb of your free hand against the string. Your free hand thumb and forefinger should be together. Now bring your yo-yo hand thumb against the string in a circular motion. Reach over with your free hand and grab the string about 18 inches from the yo-yo. Finally, release the string from around your free hand and pull the yo-yo string up through the loop you just released, and make sure to keep the string on the thumb of your yo-yo hand. Buzzsaw. Start with a hard sleeper. Have a friend hold a piece of paper tight and parallel to the ground. Gently run the spinning yo-yo across the paper. This will create a power saw cutting sound. This maneuver actually works best with an empty Kleenex box. Run the dog. Start with a hard sleeper. Gently loosen and remove the loop from your finger. Allow the yo-yo to touch the ground and immediately release the string from your hand. The yo-yo will take off running as it winds up the string. Make sure no one is in your way of your yo-yo as it speeds away. Trapeze baby. Start by doing man on the flying trapeze and center your yo-yo on the string. Grab the string with your yo-yo hand halfway between your free hand and the yo-yo. Form the cradle with your free hand and rock the trapeze baby. To exit this maneuver, release the cradle and flip your yo-yo into the air, catching it on its return. Motorcycle. You want to first form an Eiffel Tower. Now tilt it sideways and put your yo-yo hand, thumb, and third finger together. Walk the dog with the yo-yo to do the motorcycle. Advanced maneuvers. Skin the cat tidal wave. Start with a hard sleeper and slide the finger of your free hand up the string. Throwing the yo-yo up will allow the string to grab, and loop the loop completes this maneuver. Barrel rolls. Start with a hard sleeper and make sure that it is straight. Begin with an undermount and then come over your index finger again so that the string now comes over your index finger 2 times. Position the index finger of your right hand against the inside of the string closest to your body and pull down on the string so that the yo-yo slides up and comes over your index finger. Follow the string back down to your right index finger and position it slightly below your left index finger. Take your right index finger out of the string and place it back in front of the string closest to you. Bring your finger back down under the yo-yo and back up to that same position to start a new roll. To dismount, slide your fingers out of the yo-yo string, pull up with your right hand, and let the yo-yo swing out and finish the maneuver off with 2 rotations and a Ferris wheel dismount. Lariat. Throw Sleeping Beauty, then instead of grabbing the string, let the yo-yo spin at the bottom of the string. Quickly jerk the yo-yo up to chest level and hold your hand 12 inches to the side of the yo-yo. The yo-yo will return to your hand if it has enough RPMs or spin speed remaining on it. Man on the flying trapeze. To do the man on the flying trapeze, you want to throw a hard breakaway, but as the yo-yo goes across your body, you will stick out your finger real close to your yo-yo. The string will then wrap around your finger, flipping the yo-yo back towards the string. You will then catch the spinning yo-yo on the string. It will take some practice and coordination to aim and land your yo-yo back on the string. To exit man on the flying trapeze, let the yo-yo sink on the string, centering the yo-yo in the middle of the string, and now flip the yo-yo straight up and catch it in your hand. Sideways World Tour. This maneuver is exactly like around the world, except that it starts with a breakaway and the yo-yo goes around the world in front of you across your body. A tug on the string as the yo-yo comes back around will return it to your hand. Warp drive. Start with around the world and insert a loop-the-loop between every trip around the world. There you'll have warp drive. Brain twister. Do an elevator and place your yo-yo back on the string about 12 inches below your free hand. Halfway between your free hand and your yo-yo, push your yo-yo hand against the string towards you and flip the yo-yo up and over the top. Now separate the yo-yo hand and keep the free hand higher than the yo-yo hand. With the tension of the string loose, cradle the yo-yo, flip the yo-yo off the line and rotate your hands. Complete the maneuver with a clean catch. Rocket to the pocket. Start with a hard sleeper and slowly loosen and remove the loop from your yo-yo hand. Pinch the loop with 2 fingers and jerk on the yo-yo string. As the yo-yo begins to return, pull the yo-yo string upwards and release it. The yo-yo should continue to travel up and over your head. As the yo-yo begins to fall and return to earth, open up your pocket and prepare for a rocket landing. It is highly recommended that the maneuver be done in a big, open area, preferably outdoors. Pro maneuvers. Double or nothing. This maneuver starts with a man on the flying trapeze, but instead of catching the yo-yo after the first flip, let the yo-yo continue to go back around your yo-yo hand and flip over your free hand once more. On the second flip over your free hand, you will catch the yo-yo on your string. Exiting double or nothing is the same as exiting man on the flying trapeze. Flip the yo-yo straight up and catch it in your hand. Shoot the moon, black eye. This maneuver also starts with a forward pass, but instead of catching the yo-yo, bend your fingers in and flip them up. As the yo-yo reaches the top and returns, bend your fingers in and flip them back out in front of you. Be very careful when doing this maneuver, and it is recommended to be on your knees if you're indoors, or to be even safer outdoors. Vertical loops. The ultimate single-handed loop-the-loop maneuver. Against the pull of gravity, this maneuver is done exactly like loop-the-loop, except that the yo-yo is thrown vertically in an upwards direction. Be very careful not to hit your face with the returning yo-yo. Atomic bomb. Start with an over-under mount, which means you start by flipping the yo-yo over your left hand and under your right hand, followed by the mount. Now slide your left hand down below the yo-yo and pull your left hand straight up and allow the yo-yo to transfer string. Slide your left hand down under the yo-yo again and slide it back up, allowing the yo-yo to once again transfer string. To dismount, slide your finger out and lift your right hand straight up into the air and finish the maneuver with a Ferris wheel dismount. 3-leaf clover, another variety of loop-the-loop. This maneuver is done by doing a vertical loop upward, a forward loop, and finishing with a vertical loop downward. It looks easy, but it should take some practice to master. Dog bite. Start with a strong sleeper. Swing the yo-yo backwards between your legs, and as it reaches the farthest point on its backswing, give the yo-yo a tug and pull the string up against the inside of your leg. The returning yo-yo will pinch your pants and hang on like a mad dog. Pulling on the string will release the yo-yo. It will be helpful to be wearing loose pants, and will also be helpful and safer to be wearing long pants. Split the atom. Start with the over-under mount and slide your left hand under the yo-yo and move it halfway up the string. Then slide your right hand under the yo-yo and move it halfway up the string. Now spin the yo-yo forward 2 rotation. To dismount, Pull your right hand up into the air and finish with a Ferris wheel dismount. Two-handed loops. Once you get the hang of looping with one hand, try looping with two hands. The best way to learn to do two-handed loops is to practice looping with just your opposite hand. Once you get fairly confident at looping with your opposite hand, you can begin practicing looping with both hands simultaneously. Proficient two-handed looping is a definite sign of a yo-yo master. The Yomega yo-yo with a brain has a patented centrifugal clutch system that works by allowing the yo-yo to sleep when it is spinning fast. Throwing the yo-yo hard using an overhand release will cause the yo-yo to spin fast enough to disengage the clutch system. The faster the yo-yo spins, the longer the sleep time. The special nylon bearing in the Yomega yo-yo with a brain enables the yo-yo to sleep 3 times longer than any standard yo-yo. As the yo-yo slows down, the clutch system will engage and grab onto the axle, causing the yo-yo to return to your hand automatically. For the beginner, it is also very easy to wind up the string. As you can see, the Yomega yo-yo with a brain is by far a superior yo-yo. Basic maneuvers. Sleeper. Walk the dog. Creeper. Rock the baby. Around the corner, popping the clutch. Forward pass. Around the world. Loop the loop. UFO Sleeping Beauty. Breakaway. Check this out, intermediate maneuvers. Rattlesnake. Confederate flag. Dizzy baby. Dog around the block. Baseball. Eddie Spaghetti Soba. Elevator. Over the fence, hop the fence. Eiffel Tower, Tokyo Tower. Buzzsaw. Run the dog. Trapeze baby. Motorcycle. Stepping it up, advanced maneuvers. Skin the cat, tidal wave. Barrel rolls. Lariat. Man on the flying trapeze. Sideways World Tour. Warp Drive. Brain Twister. Rocket to the pocket. To the extreme, pro maneuvers. Double or nothing. Shoot the moon, black eye. Vertical loops. Atomic bomb. Three-leaf clover. Dogfight. Split the atom. Two-handed loops. Now let's take a look at the Yomega product line. The Yomega yo-yo with a brain. This yo-yo has a patented centrifugal clutch system. It is easy to wind and easy to play. It also returns automatically. These features make the brain yo-yo superior. As you can see, the brain yo-yo comes in a variety of colors. The Yomega Raider yo-yo is a professional's choice. It is great for players learning to do long spinning string maneuvers. The Raider has a precision roller bearing that allows it to sleep 6 times longer than any standard yo-yo. When you're ready to do advanced maneuvers, get the best, the Raider. The Yomega RB2 or Roller Bearing 2 is a lightweight roller bearing yo-yo.
The Yomega Fireball has a nylon bushing that allows the yo-yo to sleep 3 times longer than any standard yo-yo. The Fireball with a wooden axle accessory added is great for loop-the-loops. The Yomega Power Spin is another lightweight yo-yo. It's also great for looping. The Yomega Gemini Gyro has a special axle that allows this yo-yo to transform into a top. The Yomega Leather Yo-Yo Holster is a beautiful accessory. The Yomega Brain Oil is a must for any Yomega yo-yo owner. Recommended usage is once a day. Yomega Yo-Yo string comes in a pack of 5. String changes are recommended after a long and hard day of play.
Here are some other advanced maneuvers. Split the atom. Subway. Here's a restart. Bank deposit.